English today, double feature with Eric and me. This is Punkdroid. This is the last 45 minutes of the campaign. So if you want to pledge, this is the moment. As I mentioned here, we're over 109%. Yay!
Yay! We did it.
Yeah, you guys did it. We all did it. Thank you to everybody who participated and who funded, of course, who pledged. Without you guys, we wouldn't have a book. So we're very happy. I'm even toasting. That's the only time I think I've tasted any alcohol this year. Oh, and my anniversary. So that's about it. And and that's it. We're very happy. We still, as I mentioned, there's still 45 more minutes to go. So if you want to pledge, now is the moment, like literally. And very important, like I always say, not just because of the book, because the book you can buy next week, more expensive though in the pre-sales, but everything else, like the original art, the t-shirts, the tote bag, the sculpture, all that is gone after 45 minutes. All that gone. Never again. Okay, you're never gonna see it. Maybe you see a sticker or a postcard in a convention, but you have to be in that convention with me. So that's more complicated. So now is the time. If you want to get something, you have pledges from €5 all the way to the big one that is 1K. If you have a store, also that pledges for you. You have 5, 15, 25, and 50 copies with a big discount, 40% discount distributors, because we don't sell to distributors. We sell directly to stores. So this. Okay. And that's about it from my side. You guys, well, I have more things to say, but I want to hear from you. I want to be this monologue. Sonia, Eric, thoughts?
Sonia, go ahead.
You go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh my God, I have done this. I have talked so many times about this. Like, I'm pretty much out of everything at this point. Like, I really don't know what else to say. Like, I'm super happy with everyone. We were talking about how people wait till the last minute for everything.
Yes.
And,
yeah. It's unfortunate, but true.
No, but that's kind of like a rule in Kickstarters. I've done, this is my 10th, I think, or the 11th or something like that. I have lost count after like the 6th or the 7th, I lost count. And they're normally the most important days. I think I'll talk about this with you guys. Is the first 3 and the last 3. That's it. In those 6 days, we have 60-70% of the campaign funded. In those 6 days. The rest is what we all call the valley of death. The moment that nobody cares. That's the one that you were like actually explaining and going through the podcast and going to the press and going to, hey, by the way, people, we're doing this. So it's the whole part.
No, this was good. I have learned a lot doing this Kickstarter and the first attempt that we do not speak of. Since I've yet to run my own, but I hope to. And
good luck.
Yeah, next year I hope to start. I have a backlog of work.
I can help you with it.
No, it was good.
I can. Totally
I'm sure I'll ask.
Yeah.
No, it's also because in this round I have a little bit of art, but mostly I contributed the story and somebody else drew it. So that's the first time I've done something really only as the writer. And my writer friends in the Comic Jam were then bugging me and asking, "How does it feel, Sonia? How does it feel?"
Well, you put your hands on it too. You color it, so it's not like
I did. I colored it, but I didn't do like the light art. I think it's the first time because usually I draw and write my own stuff, or I draw for people. So I don't usually have the experience of turning my script over to somebody else. So it was a good experience.
No, I think it's important. It's something that Eric was saying in one of the podcasts that we were. It's important that you know a lot of trades
Yeah.
So hey, you know a little bit of video editing, you know a little bit about coloring, you know a little bit about drawing, you know a little bit about writing, you know a little bit about backgrounds and drawing action, drawing this and doing that, and because what is going to make you more attractive to somebody who's hiring,
Yeah. Well, and for me as well, because I came into things from like the manga influence side of it, I know how to do pretty much everything. I haven't had that much experience actually inking over other people's pencils or giving pencils to other people to ink. I don't even know if my pencils would be considered inkable by other artists. So I know what the page is supposed to look like at the end, but maybe other people don't. I'll have to try it sometime.
But do you like it? Do you like one result? I think was pretty solid work.
Yeah, it turned out well. And I took a different approach to coloring it, so.
But I think it ended up fantastic, and you know that your story is the only manga story, so it's like right to left and up to down,
No,
like
I think the coloring turned out a lot better too.
Yeah. And in order to achieve that in the book, we're gonna have to turn it upside down. It's gonna be the last story of the book, and we're gonna have to turn it upside down so they can read properly, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So
I look forward to getting my copy.
Yay! No, everybody's gonna get 2 copies. Everybody involved is gonna get 2 copies. So no worries about it, because that's something I also seen back in the day when I was publishing with somebody else. They didn't even give you a copy, like a free copy.
Really?
Yeah.
So really, that's gonna break the bank if you give me 1 copy of the book. One.
Yeah, I think
mom.
especially when you're the artist. Like I just had somebody send me a copy of the anthology that I did work for. Like I did 8 pages for them, and they paid me. And then they were also like, yeah, I'll send you a copy. And they didn't charge me for shipping or anything. They made sure I got my copy because I was their artist.
So I never understood that being so cheap. That, charge me. Okay, you give me a discount, whatever you want, but you're gonna charge me for the thing, like 1 copy, really?
Yeah, I think too, because printing's not super expensive anymore. It's not horrendous. Pretty accessible.
No, even if it costs you, how much it costs you? Really, you don't. Your company's so stringed with cash flow that if that's gonna break the bank or it's gonna make you go in the red or something, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yes, whatever. We wanna tell everybody that is watching and listening and etc. that we have one perk. That's an exclusive perk that's gonna be only available through the end of the day. Okay, that is 24 hours only. I'm gonna share it with you in just a second, and we call it the Wonka season VIP pass. Okay, this is a pass once a year. We only offer it like last day of the crowdfunding, and this is an add-on, so you cannot buy on its own. You have to buy with something else. And the whole idea of this VIP annual pass is that you get premium access and first-hand access to everything we do from June this year to June next year. So you're gonna have access to the short film we're gonna shoot. You're gonna have access to the Unpopular Tales Volume 2, the 4 issues, and the paperback. You're gonna have access to the short film we do, the animation, the 3D, and you're gonna have access to Punkdroid Volume 2. So, which is a really, really good deal for $50. Really good deal. So, if I were you, I would really considering this. If you already pledge, or if you're thinking of pledging, besides whatever, you can buy the stickers and buy this if you want, for example. But you're not gonna get the volume 1, so I'll probably you get the volume 1 too. Whatever, why not? I throw in mix, but you need to buy something else. Okay. And that's like the last offer that we have, the last thing. If you haven't seen, I'm gonna show you a little bit of the project. Let me see. Let's go back. Okay, this is C project. So you have the stickers, you have the digital option, you have the first comic that we did, postcard, Valderom, Spanish edition, the novel that we did, the STL file for printing your own the code of the cover and one of the characters, one of the stories. You have all the digital books, the three of them together, the tote bag, the anthology, the physical and the electronic. You have T-shirts, exclusive one of the cover, one of the illustrations. We have the sculpture that for those people who are aficionados to paint. And now you have the packs, so the book with the postcard, the book with the stickers, the hand painted sculpture. Okay, this is one of a kind. And these are the packs of the stores. The first one, the single one, the only 5. Now I start to, this is the one that have everything together. Then you have the original pages, the pencils. Then you have being drawn as a secondary character, original art for a friend of ours. That's the original piece, one of a kind too. This is with everything with the sculpture and another of the pages, original pages, pencils and ink, one of the stories, being drawn as a main character, and the store ones, the big ones, and this is the one, the Taylor comic. In case you want to have a story, you want to transform that story into a 6-page comic book, we can do it for you. And this is the big storage part, and this is the one that if you hire this one, the 750, your story most probably is going to be in volume 2. Okay, so that's a very attractive pack. We can already pick it up. And the last one that is everything with the previous pack, plus the consulting sessions. We have already achieved 2 milestones. The first one is the 75 backers. For that, you have the 2 consulting sessions that they're gonna raffle among the 2 people interested. Okay, sorry, the people interested. Sorry, 2 sessions for 1 person, 1 lucky winner, and you have the 100% unlock that you have all these comics, the Sheer Chronicles. Thankfully, and we appreciate Greg and the people from Sierra Nova by giving us these beautiful comics. We have the first 2 issues, 1 and 2 of the Sheer Chronicles. You have scales number 1 and ink number 1. So 4 comics for free. And this is the only one that I would love that we are able to achieve the 100 backers. And if you achieve 100 backers, you're gonna get all these wallpapers, PC and Mac. And we're in 95, so 5 more people, and that is already achieved. Okay, and that's about it. It's we're very happy with the results of the anthology. We thought it was gonna be a lot easier to fund. We thought we're gonna get more funds too. I've been part of anthologies. We did double than this, like easily. But I don't know. Maybe it's a weird time, the topic, because people were informed. We were talking about with marketing people last week. The reach of we had overall, because we started the digital marketing campaign in social media back in January. So if we add up, Instagram, Facebook, with Twitter and TikTok, and what else? We did YouTube, and the advertising. We did a couple of pages too. We reach easily over 80,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, according to their metrics, of course. Because that's I don't know if that's really true or not, but according to the metrics of all those social platforms, we reach over 80,000 people. And so that's a good number. And for example, it is being reproduced in YouTube almost 3,000 times, and the campaign has been visiting a lot too. So I think it's mainly, or I don't know, people are interested, always a thing of cash. As I was mentioning before, a lot of people, it's like, hey, $10 is complicated right now. Whoosh. Whoosh, But hey, we're incredibly grateful for the people who did. The the 95 backers who sponsored the crowdfunding, and hopefully who were, they were not paying attention to this whole month that it's 3 weeks we've been promoting, we buy a copy in the pre-sale or when we go to the conventions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So the book is going to be premiere, it's going to be shown for the first time in a convention in August in Dublin Comic Con.
Awesome.
We already have a stand, and Claudio is going to come to Dublin to sign, one of the artists, and hopefully we will because I don't want to say it because Eric know where our idea to do in the States, but until I don't pay for the table, I'm not going to announce anything. But it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one in October. So if you know,
just by saying it's a big one in October, people know
exactly. So it's very. I think I give like a lot of hints of where it's going to be. It's cold. So,
it's a mystery.
Yeah, big mystery, this one. Okay, big convention in the East Coast in October. Which one could be?
Oh.
So that's our idea. So hopefully we're gonna be there, Eric and I signing copies there. So we would love to see you guys and come and say hi. And we're gonna also in Spanish. We're gonna because we have to start with a couple of stores. So if we ever gonna do it, because we are in the pre-comic book day, that is the 13th of May in Spain. Right, because I live in Ireland, so in Spain it's gonna be 13th of May. And so we still thinking how we're gonna release it. Probably it's gonna be like in June in the Madrid Book Fair, but we'll see. I don't know. We're still making numbers because we didn't reach the 8,000. That was what we were asking for the Spanish edition. So we have to double, triple check that it makes sense. And besides that, very happy, glad and grateful for everyone who has backed. They only have 30 more minutes, so if you want, this is the moment.
So yeah, what are you working on? I haven't talked to you in forever.
Show.
I've been working on my own projects. I have another commission for 4 pages coming up here in the next break.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I share a screen off my tablet here.
Do you have the buttons on the bottom of the screen, the sharing ones, or no?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to see. I don't know.
I mean, on the video, wherever you see you don't see the video, you don't see yourself, or
oh no, I see myself. Hold on here. Hold on.
Okay, so you should have like a couple of buttons on the bottom of the screen, and one of them is
yes,
like a screen, an arrow.
Clearly, I need help. Share screen. There we go.
Yeah, that's the one.
And
then it's gonna tell you want a tab, you want a window.
There we go.
Okay, you did. You share it. Okay, now we see it. Yeah, now your screen. Yahoo!
Yep, working on this.
Wow.
My reboot of my old comic that turned 30 pages into what's going on, nearly 200. I don't have an editor, and I just keep going as long as I want.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm happy though. It's good. I'm working on You Are the Reason for the End of the World, based on Norse mythology.
Okay.
Hopefully, I start getting it up on Global Comics soon.
Nice. So it's like fantasy, or?
Yeah, it's like horror fantasy.
Okay. Oh, they call it dark fantasy now.
Dark fantasy, yeah. Content-wise, yeah. Some good pages here. Yeah, I mean, it's based on Norse mythology and it is for adults. It's not a children's comic. So.
I'm loving it.
It's on Comic Fury and Webtoons, and like I said, hopefully I start tonight. Actually, tonight or tomorrow, I start getting it up on Global Comics. So I've been working on this project for over 10 years, and that's why I decided to do a reboot of the first chapters, because whoa, that first round of art is rough, real rough.
Yeah.
So yeah. What else have I got here? I don't know. I enjoy doing it. I kind of had to take a little bit of a break because I've been so busy with moving and stuff, but
they call it dark fantasy now.
Yeah, you could call it that.
You know, so yeah, they call it like
dark
fantasy. Do you have any dragons or?
There are dragons in it.
Okay.
So lots of animals.
That's never been tried before.
I don't have like dragons with wings. They are dragons based on Norse mythology, so they're basically giant serpents.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, it's like doing cyberpunk without robots. It's like very complicated.
Yeah.
It's hard. You can do virtual reality stuff like that, but then.
Yeah, I mean, my strengths are definitely drawing like animals and landscapes and people. I did actually practice some cars yesterday. Not super good at cars. But yeah, no, I've enjoyed doing it. I'm on like the third part of the reboot, and I'm trying to get it finished up here. And then I can go back to sort of editing and posting the older work, which looks a little bit better. But yeah. No, it's my practice comic. It's the comic I started to learn to get better at making comics, and it's where I kind of try stuff out, and yeah. So I have over 1,000 pages worth of material from it.
1,000 pages.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. And your idea was to crowdfund it, and in a book is impossible. You cannot print a 1,000 pages book.
My original idea was no, I'm not going to try crowdfunding it because it wasn't good enough to crowdfund because it was my beginner comic. Like it's the first long form comic I started making. So this is why I was like, if I am ever going to crowdfund it, I need to reboot the first part of it because the early pages are so rough. I mean, it's just the curse of being a comic artist is your old work is always not great.
Yeah,
it happens to all of us. It's the same thing. The same thing happened to me. Things I wrote 10 years ago, 5 years ago. It's like, oof, I don't want to even read them, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So, yeah. But it's the comic that let me develop my style and that taught me how to make comics better. Like I had done a little bit in college, but this is the one that like really taught me. So.
Hey, you have to start somewhere, you know?
Exactly. And it has a small but loyal following. There's people who enjoy reading it and have enjoyed reading it for a while. So.
Why don't you, this is a suggestion, why don't you redo the pages that you want to redo? Don't go crazy and redo them all.
No. Oh, no.
One, and then you can do it like through Patreon or something like that.
Yeah.
You release like 5 pages if they pledge, I don't know, $5 and stuff like that. I don't know. Or no.
Yeah, well, I have a really big backlog of material. So once I get the first part redone, hopefully it's not more than 20 more pages. I'll re-letter the older pages, like, you know, tidy them up a little bit and start re-releasing them. Because I have, like I said, I have like 1,000 pages worth of material.
Yeah, because for that kind of corpus, and I will suggest something digital.
Mm-hmm.
And pack them in like 20 pages or 24 pages, and then hey, if you pledge 5, you can have access, and then you release them. You don't release the pages; you release like frames, little by little, on social media. Hey, if you are interested, Patreon. Hey, if you're interested, Patreon. Hey, if you're interested, Patreon. You know.
Yeah, here's some of the art I've done for it.
Wow, it's a lot of pages.
It's a lot of pages. It's a lot. I have nothing if not insanely persistent.
No, it's good. That's good. That's what the 10,000 hour rule is there because it works.
Yeah.
I remember that my first convention that I ever did was in Barcelona, and in Spain, obviously. And the guy sitting next to me I was very lucky because surrounding me on both sides were really like well established authors. Even one of them was nominated to an Eisner, blah blah blah. Okay, so I remember that the guy that was sitting on my right, he had people coming to him all the time, like young artists, because he was doing like portfolio review, and of course he was kind of famous, so people went to ask for advice. And out of the people who came, they said, "Oh, I have problem drawing this, or I have problem drawing that." And he says this, and I still remember like it was today. He said to everyone, "Look, I have problems drawing horses. When I drew the 300th, I was still kind of like struggling with it.
Yeah.
When I was in my 800, 900, 1,000 horse, you say, okay, now I get it.
Yeah.
Now I know how to draw it."
Yeah.
So,
well, horses, ironically, is not my problem. I'm actually also working on a book on how to draw horses for comic artists and illustrators.
but I mean, horse introduce X there.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's cars. It's cars and like electronics and like machines. Is not my thing.
Yeah, of course, somebody has their
Everybody has their
strength, you know,
their strengths. Yeah.
Like that. How do you get better doing it? That's it.
Yeah.
Doing it and reading books and seeing reference and doing it again and again and again and again and again until you say, okay, now I can do it.
Yeah.
Easy, quote unquote. It's fluid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not so much anymore, but when I was doing a lot of adminning in the manga artist group, I used to get people direct message me and be like, "You're so good. What tutorials do you use? What artists do you follow on YouTube?" And my answer was always, "I don't. That's not how I learned to draw. I learned to draw by drawing from life and by studying." And they don't want to hear it. Nope. Yeah, but what tutorials? There are no I don't follow tutorials. I draw from life, which is how I trained from the beginning. Like, I personally do not enjoy watching other artists draw on YouTube. I find it insanely boring. Like, being in the same room is fine, but like a lot of people with ADHD, I find like video tutorials to be really boring. Like, I don't focus on them well. I think it's
back in the day and this guy will say, hey, buy books of anatomy, learn the proportions, learn stuff like that. As you mentioned, if you want to draw machines, buy books about machines and see the parts and see. Yeah, that's how you and as you mentioned, then do. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I think that's one of the reasons I have trouble like making videos for YouTube is I don't watch a lot of them myself and I don't know what they're supposed to look like. Yeah. But no, I mean, yesterday I was out drawing in the city and filling in the city center, and they had there was a car, I want to say an autoladen, a car, like an in English, an auto dealership that was just opening, and they had a bunch of vehicles there. So after I finished drawing the building, I sketched some cars, They're in front of me.
Yeah.
You take those opportunities and you learn.
That's it. And if you have issues with recording yourself, just put a camera and forget about it. That's
yeah. It's also just like finding the time and doing the setup.
Yeah, that's the thing.
All that
stuff.
And
the thing is that after you need to speed it up. You cannot release it with time because then nobody's gonna watch it.
Yeah.
You need to do it like a minute, 90 seconds stops, and everything there. Because then more than that. Even TikTok doesn't let you upload more than 1 minute. So
yeah, exactly.
As short as possible.
Yeah. No, I'm getting more traction on TikTok with my reels, like the one that I did of me sketching from yesterday. I got some traction. So
no, it's for example, we did most of the promotion in in Facebook and Instagram, and as I put a post like last week. I told everyone, don't do it.
I saw that. Yeah.
Too expensive, and the results are ridiculous.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people ask about doing Facebook advertising, and the answer that I always get from other artists too is like, it's not worth it. You get nothing out of it.
You get things because we got leads, and we got people from there for the mailing list, and we got things. But
Yeah.
the thing is that normally for our, at least how I understand advertisement is like, hey, if you're gonna invest X, you at least need to recuperate that X at least.
Yeah.
You know, the best is if you make more. Obviously, that's when profit come. But this one was like 50%. Like we spent 1,000 and we got 500 or something like that.
Yeah.
You know? So
yeah.
Doesn't make, from a business point of view, doesn't make any sense.
No.
Zero.
No. I have gotten almost all of my business as a freelance comic artist through word of mouth.
Yeah. No, and it works. For example, now we're gonna do because a friend of mine told me, okay, what should I do? I said TikTok, everything outside the US, because you cannot promote anything in the US in TikTok, and for the US, Twitter. That's it.
Yeah,
that's what works. So that's what I recommend. It's a little bit more expensive than Meta,
yeah,
Instagram, but it's a lot more effective.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, here in the EU, of course, the rules of data usage are different. So
yeah,
you can't really.
No, but mainly the thing of TikTok is because the US is just banning it. You know, that's what it is.
It's not banned. It's not banned yet, dude.
But you can't advertise.
Nothing has changed too much with it yet. So don't worry too much about TikTok.
But you cannot advertise.
Yeah.
Like restricted. No, I'm just telling you. So because we tried and say nope.
Nope.
But only because we're in Europe. Even if you're in the US, you cannot. It's like nope. It's not in the countries that you can. So for posting, yes, but for
okay.
I'm talking about ads. Like you want to put an ad? Nope. Yeah. Forget about you're gonna put any ads.
Okay. Yeah.
Nope. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, not that you cannot post or no. So ads. Nope.
Interesting.
Yep.
It's dark now here. Now I'm in the dark.
So, yeah, Twitter for the US. That's it. That's where it works.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think the campaign has like 10 minutes more, so 20 minutes more. So we're not gonna stay the 20 more minutes. I'll show you guys things to do.
Yeah, I'm trying to get all my comics updated tonight. Yay! So productive.
I have an exam from the master in a couple of weeks, so I'm going back to study. So.
Okay, nice.
Yay.
Yeah, I got to do some prep for work. I got to do some lesson planning tomorrow. We have, of course, tomorrow off. Tag to Arbeit, May 1st.
Oh, but it's not holiday?
It is a holiday. I have the day off.
Ah, nice. Okay. I work tomorrow, but because...
Oh, I'm sorry.
They pay me extra. So
yes, you're not in a socialist enough country.
No, it's holidays here. It's bank holiday.
Ah, okay. Yeah, here is too.
But hey, they pay me more, so why not?
Okay.
Huh. Some slow day, so perfect. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
We have so 4 days this week, and then next week, because we have the Catholic holidays. Next week we have Thursday and Friday off as well, so I have another 4-day weekend.
Nice.
Fun.
Which I also plan to spend doing comics.
Yay!
The best kind of weekend.
Cool. So I leave you guys to it. I'm not gonna occupy more of your time. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for supporting the promotion and for of course, for the fantastic work you did for the book. Okay, I'm really grateful. For sure.
All right. Here I am in the dark.
Oh my God.
Cheers to you.
Oh my God. Sonia's in the dark. Bye-bye.
Like a vampire. It's like when people ask me, how do I stay so young and pale looking? Well, I'm a comic artist, and I spend most of my time indoors in the dark.
No, it's true. It's direct sunshine in your face aged you. So
yeah. Korean sunscreen, highly recommended.
Yeah. Because they're even some videos about that, like it's like a person that works on a car or something, and you can see like his face or her face is different from when the sun hit and when the sun didn't hit.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. And I saw that. Whoa. Okay. Shoot.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, and stay tuned. In the next couple days, I'll also be hopefully posting on Global Comics a little bit and getting stuff up on there.
Okay.
Awesome.
Take it.
So I've already got a few things.
That's the website, or what is that? Because I have no idea what is that.
Global Comics is the new like online digital distribution that's basically come out of the ashes of Comixology.
Okay.
So
What's the name? Sorry, comic what?
Global Comics with an X.
Global Comics. Okay.
I'll post links.
I will check it out. I didn't know that.
Since Amazon murdered Comixology and danced on their grave.
Yep. Mr. Bezos always with his Mr. Lex Luthor always with her evil plans.
Yeah.
Well, guys, leave you to it. Thank you. Love you. Thank you for all the work. See each other.
Great to work with you guys.
Bye-bye.
Love you back, and thanks for all your work, Christian.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.